I'm finna ask you a funny ass question. It's kind of off the wall. Can you dance?
Huh?
Can you dance?
Look, hey, white people don't have no hips. You know what I'm saying? So we would be in a club in Dallas, motherfuckers be turning up to my
You
beat.
know how to
I
do.
got crazy rhythm, I got crazy ear, I got crazy energy and music. I know everything about music, but when it comes to actually dancing to it, I just need a bad bitch with a big booty to dance in front of me. I ain't gonna do it too much. You know what I'm saying? But I've recently learned to dance a little bit just because I've been traveling to South American countries. It's more of like a Spanish dance. I've been on the salsa, I learned
Yeah,
fluent Spanish. I've been a little more, and that with dancing, it's all a mental thing. Once you truly let go and just go for it, you got to just get with it's all energy. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And when you're scared of it, you overthinking it, and you think, oh, what is people thinking of me? Like we was talking about before, you ain't gonna do it. You're
Yeah,
embarrassed. But when you say stop, when you finally say, man, fuck this, I'm gonna go out there and just dance, it's you was worried about somebody laughing at you. Now a beautiful woman of your dream just walked up and started dancing with you. Look
because
what
she fuck
happened.
with your
Because you went
energy, your
against what.
confidence.
Right now I'm sitting in a chair. I was nervous about coming here. I don't like talking on camera. I don't even like telling my story. When I was walking here, oh, I'm gonna stutter. I'm gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm sitting in this chair like nothing now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When you finally face your fear, the most rewarding blessings come to you, and
yeah.
that's a real thing. It's something you hear your whole life, but you don't really truly grasp it until you see it for yourself.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So I wanna dissect as well. So we kind of really touched on all of the bases of quantities of quality.
Okay.
All right. So King Henry, the super producer. Let's break that down too. What are some of the most notable artists that you've worked with as a producer?
See, for me, I never really got to that next level when I was producing back in the day as far as major artists. I was really just building up artists. So my main core artists that I came up with, like yeah, you could tag the link. I dropped an album in 2020 that had all of the streets hottest millionaires. None of these was big artists. None of these was big
I
artists.
think I remember that. That's when
Yeah,
you was fucking with. So I
but
don't know if you know, my family. We from East St.
some of
Louis.
the most
That
P
was
level
P
glow.
level glow.
Yeah, P level
Exactly.
glow. Real. That's one of the most dangerous cities in the world.
Yeah.
That was my right hand man. You know what I'm saying? Now, how the fuck does a little white boy from nothing end up around for motherfuckers in a place that he not even from? It just don't make sense. And people would see us together and be like, how does this?
Especially
And
in East St.
that's
Louis.
my brother. Like when I Big Low, like Glow gonna watch this, bro. That's my Pisces twin. Like bro, really called me and we talk for. He don't talk to nobody. Like me and him, we have the exact same. We're from two different places, two different worlds, two different colors. When we walk into a room and look at something, our brain dissects that and feels the energy exactly the same, and that's why we brothers, because we twins. When we're both Pisces, and we like to think it's because we both Pisces, but it's really God puts people on your path that some of them you don't connect with it, don't the energy don't match, and when you learn to just let people go because the energy ain't there, and stick to the people that the energy's right with, that's when you start building and going with it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you like this: God has a hell of a sense of humor. So I'm gonna tell you
It's
like
so
this,
cliche to shit have. It's like a smack in the face half the time. You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
So every time before I decided to get my life right, there's a guy. He has my same exact name, but looks completely different than me. People might call me crazy. I feel like it was my guardian angel because he would pop up literally every time before I'm finna go do some fuck shit. And I'm talking about he's a white Mormon dude with red hair, everything. And my same exact name. He popping up where we at. He walking in the spot
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere. He walking in the spot talking to everybody, comfortable. And I'm talking about it's a
Some people
spot.
got that energy, but they could just.
It's funny how you talking about you and P level glow and all of that kind of stuff. So how did that relationship come about?
That's like one of all these like weird things that come to be. So through Yami, this manager into putting some money behind him. Now you knew Yami back in the day.
Yeah, I remember y'all.
Yami paid Hood Rich Keem. You know Hood Rich.
I
I
remember
grew
Hood
up
Rich.
listening to Hood Rich. You know
I
what I'm saying?
remember
Like
Hood
that
Rich
was the
King.
biggest shit.
So
I
when we
listened.
used to go to Atlanta, I used to be going out there with Cotton. We fuck with Hood Rich King and Long Way and all of that.
Yeah,
We up on the
but
hill at the
as
spot.
a young kid who grew up listening to hip hop, like I grew up on the Gucci days and all that shit, listening to
Yeah.
Hood Rich. And when I met Hood Rich King, it was one of the biggest days of my life. Holy shit! For me, a young producer with nothing, 18, 19 year olds, I couldn't even grasp being around someone that big. And that's how I actually ended up getting close to P level glow because I tapped in with Hood Rich Keem. Shit, I was just at the time I didn't even make no music or nothing yet. I had some drink. I gave Hood Rich Keem some drink. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And he ended up posting me on his Twitter talking about me and bro out here sipping. You know what I'm saying? Like in Miami. And I had no name, nothing. It was like the biggest thing ever. I was like, oh, Hood Rich Keem just posted me on talking about it. And he posted me, and me and him started locked in. He actually hosted my first project when I did start becoming a producer. I paid him to do it, but I just wanted the Hood Rich on my shit. And I was like 20 at the time. But through him, I met P Level Glow because they real close. And I rented Keem put me in touch with Glow to rent a condo. As I told you, I had them condos back in the day. And I was fucking with Simo at the time, but I was only with Simo. And then I tapped in with Glow. And they was both in the same lane. They was both in the same type of spaces. They both had the same, you know what I'm saying, motion. You know what I'm saying? They was having incredible motion from different things. And those are my two dogs. Like those are the people that I really came up with Simo and Glow. I didn't need nobody else. I didn't try to go out and sell my beats no more. I just focused on how can we build these situations. You know what I'm saying? And how can I play my role? And that's about that. And over time, little shit would come, and I put a great album. I had Lou Graham on the album from Detroit. He's the one that put Pete Rio, the Young OG, on. Like I had all sorts of big. I had Trap Boy Freddy on my shit. Like yeah, I had a lot of like big names. I was in the streets at the time, but they wasn't famous rappers yet, but the famous rappers was tapping in with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
when
that's
they
why
come to the city.
Yeah, the people that was in the city that anyone who was big would tap in, would had the, you know what I'm saying, the real respect of people in the city that ain't had the name, but they had the power. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I stayed on. I didn't really want to work with the big guys I didn't know. I wanted to work and build with someone that actually loved me and wanted to see me win as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It kind of like me.
But now I'm at a point where it's like now I'm producing again. Like we did a shit on, did a song with my producer, and now it ended up getting dropped on NBA Youngboy's newest album with DJ Khaled talking over it. It was the #1 song on the album. The album was #2 in the world, like any genre. And our song was the #1 song off that. I don't cook beats up from scratch anymore. I got producers that make beats. When I hear some shit that really just resonates with me, oh yeah, send me that FLP real quick. I'm gonna just throw my drums, my signature sounds on it, and then I'm gonna be the one who gets it placed. Because like my main producer, Fanny 808, who I did that song with, he lives in Czech Republic. The craziest sound anyone ever heard. You could send your beat to someone, but when you pull up to somebody, bring him a Lamborghini in a mansion, and they, you know what I'm saying, and then you tell them you got beats, it's a lot different than some little producer in the middle of nowhere sending you a beat in your email.
So how did you go about getting that placement on Youngboy?
The Youngboy one was actually him. I can't even lie. The Youngboy one was actually him. So yeah, the one with Youngboy, like I signed him because I seen he had motion. He'd be doing that side of things where he just send his things out. Sometimes the placements land randomly off that. Sometimes placement land off me actually physically putting the play together.
Yeah,
it's all
they
50,
both
50.
working together.
It's all 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
He just dropped it to Khaled and Khaled used it.
He was working with Molly Mall, who's a big producer for years and years and years. And he sent Molly Mall the loop. It was just a loop. You know what I'm saying? It was just simply a melody. And Molly Mall used it with his crew, cooked up a beat, dropped it on the NBA Youngboy tape. NBA Youngboy ended up paying DJ Khaled to host the tape. All it did was just sign a kid, and he made a loop one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, when all that is just placements and things blow after time. Now I just got an advance from the label. I wouldn't go say what amount. 5-figure advance from the label that we split with the team, and then we got a percentage of publishing as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like we building up our catalog of just different, you know what I'm saying? Whether I made the beat or I don't, it's still my name on it, and I get 50% of it. I throw my little shit here and there. But I ain't even focused on making beats. I'm focused on letting the kid. I can sit here and make. I'm good at making beats. I'm really good at making beats. I got a great ear, but there's a kid who's way better than me making beats that'll never get heard. So instead of me trying to focus my energy into doing something that I'll never really be the best at, I'm gonna focus at what I'm doing the best at. I'm gonna put the people that's the best at doing each individual thing in position to win. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the network, I got the connections, I got the motion to help them get there. And that's basically what a label does. You know what I'm saying? On a smaller scale, I ain't a big major label, but I like to think we're gonna be one of the biggest one day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning as I go. This is all new for me. As I enter a new path of my life, this QOQ Records is this year. I just opened that this year, 2025. You know what I'm saying? Already popping off. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations, bro.
So we're gonna see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this. When people think of the name King Henry, when people hear the name Quantities of Quality, what do you want that to represent?
Look, that name right there, like sometimes my name outlives me even. Like I'm just me myself. Like sometimes I forget how big I am, but it's like, bro, my name and my reputation in real life is massive. You know what I'm saying? It's real life household name for a lot of very powerful people. And I don't have a lot of followers. I got like 25,000 followers on Instagram, but I'm talking about every one of them motherfuckers is a millionaire, a blue check, a model, some sort of powerful artist, some sort of label executive. So my network is not huge yet, but everyone in my network is the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? And they all coming back and asking me. I'm a small guy, but it's like, I have my hands in so much shit right now that it's overwhelming for me to even.
You a small guy.
That's one thing I got to control the words I say. I don't want to manifest it. Words are powerful. And I know how big and amazing I am. But I'm always gonna be in myself, just same little kid that started from nothing. And I always feel like that. And even though I walk in a room and I'm the boss of every situation I get into, I still feel that way, and it don't bother me. It doesn't hurt me.
I challenge you a little bit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So would you call yourself a humble guy?
I like to think so. Yeah.
Cool. Here's what I learned.
There's a difference between humility and confidence. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
So when you look at here's the definition of humble. And I believe I had the same conversation with Yerbo because I used to have that same mindset.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the world teaches. They don't want you to be confident. No.
Man, you done flew me out here, paid for all my shit, and I'm talking about I'm a little dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying,
shut your
bro.
ass
So
up,
listen.
man.
So the definition of humble is having or showing a modest estimate of one's value or importance.
I'm doing it right now.
Of low social, administrative, or political rank, lower someone in dignity or importance. And I had to learn. No, I'm not humble. I'm not humble at all.
No, that's not. I didn't realize that's what humble meant, because that's kind of a negative thing almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so when someone says you're a humble goat, that don't even make sense.
You feel me?
If you really
so
break
when
down
you
the
say
definition,
I'm a small fuck
yeah.
no. When you say you're a small guy, but then you say, yeah, I might not have the largest network, but guess what? We're talking about quantities of quality.
Bro, it is the biggest network. It's one of the most powerful big network in the world.
Come on,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
you ain't no small
nobody.
guy.
Yeah, the number.
You were.
Yeah.
And that's something that'll never go away.
Yeah.
But right here, nah.
I'm here now, baby.
You're a trailblazer. You're a giant in your industry, and there's nothing wrong with being comfortable and living.
I like to think I'm the person who sets the standards for a lot of shit. A lot of shit, that's what's cool. A lot of people that's further than me and more powerful than me look back to me to see for verification of certain shit. You know what I'm saying? The moves I make or the things I'm doing weirdly become the accepted cool thing to do within very big, because I have very important people watching me that influence a lot of people. Like, out of every state, the person who made the most money and popped their shit the most out of, let's say, any city, when the people that actually make it out, that actually made something, that were smart enough to build something amazing and have hundreds of people following them, my business is a magnet for just the top. Every person who made or built something amazing from anywhere, they all have hundreds of people following and looking up to them. And that one person comes to me somehow. You get referred to me by someone they love and respect. And that's why I love what I do. And that's why my network is so powerful. As the numbers are not, maybe it's not as big numbers wise, but it's like actual power and value and influence. Bro, this shit is blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? It'll really blow your mind.
And this is a kind of a perspective. Who has more power, the puppet or the puppet master?
Fuck if I know, man. I ain't no damn puppet though, so puppet master, man. I'm the puppet master, man. You know what I'm saying?
And not to call anyone that you're doing business. This is just for perspective. The puppet is the one that's seen by the masses and has that level of influence.
Yeah.
And if I'm the one that's controlling the one that is seen by the masses, then who truly is in control and has more power?
I could go into that right now. Like, there's a lot of shit going on with the industry right now. As an artist that you think are big as hell, really just owned by some other dude who has all the money, and when shit hits the fan, some random dude you never saw got billions of dollars and owns all your stuff, and the guy that you was hyping up, they don't even, you know what I'm saying? And I would never be that person though, because I hate people like that. I truly like people to get their most. I don't fuck people over. I don't step on toes. I truly find what's 50-50 fair and give you more. Yeah. But it has to be, but you have to agree with me what's fair. When I said find what's fair and give you more, and you trying to take extra, now it's coming back. Cause I'm a good-hearted person that wants people to win, but I'm also not no bitch, and I'm also not stupid, and I do shit like that just to test the people how, you know what I'm saying? I take so many losses just to test people, just to see if it's $1,000 loss, I'm gonna go up, okay, here's the $1,000, just to see who's gonna be like, no, you know what, I see the respect is not even your loss to take, let's split it 50-50, man to man, or you know what, Henry, don't worry about it. That's the person I'm gonna work with for the rest of my life and put full value and respect and loyalty to, because when there was a time where I was about to take a fall, you reach your hand out to me, and I'm always the person who reaches their hand out to everybody. So when I find them select few people, I can count it on my hand, the people that's really been there for me in my life, and I'll go to the end of the world for that. Y'all go right into hell for them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's funny you talk about tests. I'm gonna talk about some shit that happened 2 days ago.